Or what is up, party people? So one of my business owner friends, whom I met online, he's actually known me for like wow, several years at this point. But yeah, he's always came to me for SEO help, kind of like helped him out here and there. Hasn't been really a client. He's purchased a couple services like link building services, purchased the browser blast. But today I'm going to walk you guys through what happened with his business and how I'd approach a recovery in 2025. Anyways, if you guys like episodes like this, go ahead, comment, I don't know, recovery for the YouTube algo. And let me eat some creatine plus report my numbers from the day before. If you guys are into that, simply skip on ahead using that YouTube progress bar. Anyways, hope you guys are all doing well. Real quick styles. All right. 2 sales are already live. 1, advise. Number 2, index checks, which is a link, I don't know, indexer. All right. It's like a SEO indexer. For those who aren't in the know, the main benefit of an indexer is to index third-party sites that you don't own. Because typically, if it's just your own site, you can just index via Search Console. But anyways, here we go. All right, so yesterday we did $1,000 and pretty much $1,000. Amazon came in at 134, Mediavine at 114, and the adult revenue source at 760. Let's get on with the episode, guys. All right, so if you sign up for the first link in the YouTube description, you get sent the URL to this sheet. Today is episode 696. Very, very nice. November 25th. Hope you guys are all doing well. Today we're just going to be talking over the show notes. So if you guys, want to follow along, definitely sign up for the first link in the YouTube description. Also, the 2 Black Friday sales for my brands. Go ahead, first comment in the comment section, get on it. Now, let's talk about it. So this is not a local business per se. It's like a national size business, and they've done well throughout the years. Okay. So this is the screenshot, all right, for the last 2 years. I think to talk about it, it's better to zoom a bit more outwards. So I just took an all-time view of their business from 2018. They've been around for a while. Good business. It's like a sweaty business, let's say. All right. So I think we've known each other ever since like 2018. And in 2022, they had a big uptrend. I was like, yo, good work, man. I don't think him and I didn't talk for a while. I think he bought like links here and here. And then all of a sudden he started posting articles and big uptrend. I was like, that's great, man. And the first time he got clapped, he's like, yo, Jackie, what should I do? I want to change everything. I was like, you know what? I think what you should do is you should sit on your hands, do nothing. All right. Absolutely nothing. The most I do is like a couple links. And that's exactly what he did. So he did bounce back. All right. And here he's like, hey, Jackie, like, is there anything I can do? I was like, I'd try out Browser Blast. He tried it out, mixed results. I don't know why. But now, ever since the last couple months, he's just been on a very massive downward trend. He got clapped by the October core update, which is odd because he doesn't really do any like sketchy tactics. Okay. So here's what I recommended for him. Now that you've seen the graph, I'm going to walk you guys through it. All right. I'm not revealing the niches, not revealing the keywords, not revealing business names. What happened? Site performed well for years. Went from steady to fully nuked. I've seen this happen several times. Here's what I'd recommend. All right. Because I've taken a look at, first of all, what you would do is you take a look at the front page of their target keywords. And he did just that. He's like, you know what? I noticed a lot of Shopify CMSs. Pretty good idea. I was like, you know what? That could be an idea, something to look into. However, what I would do is the following. All right. What he did initially was something that I told him to do, which is he used to be non-www version. And I was like, you know what? I've seen some recoveries with www. So what he did was he added that www ahead of it. Like if you put it into a subdomain, sometimes they recover. It's like a Hail Mary. All right. So he did that. Nothing changed. Still sliding. And I said, you know what? At this point, you have nothing to lose. You could start disavowing some links. Stop throwing links or boosts at it completely. And I think during this decline, I would not change much. And what I recommended actually was to start building new sites in parallel because this is his main business, right? You can't just be like, all right, just move on to the next thing like me. No, you'd have to build a new site in parallel, multiple. He has a couple right now. And I just said, you know what? Build a couple in parallel, see how it goes. I literally just purchased because I've known this guy for years. All right. So what I did was I purchased an exact match domain in the US. And we're just going to try to rank for him. And then I'll just give it to him as a freebie. I'll check with him if he wants, if he's okay with me. How do I say? If he's okay with me, like revealing the niche. But if not, we'll just keep it like hidden. All right. And once that site is like completely clapped, the final Hail Mary would be a canonical. So I don't know if you guys done this in the past, but a canonical or a 301 is like one of the final Hail Marys in a recovery. So I'd probably do a canonical first, and if there's no recovery, then I'd redirect it to another site. So like let's say site A is the clapped one. You create site B, C, and D. You first canonical site A to B. If it recovers, great. You just keep that canonical in place. If site B is clapped, then you do a 301 to site C. See if it will recover. If site C is still cheeks clapped, then what you do is, this is not working. This domain is toxic. What you can do is you redirect the toxic sites to a competitor or something like that. If you wanted to get extra spicy, if you don't, it's fine. Then at this point, you're like, all right, the site is completely clapped. I would leave all sites A, B, and C live, and then you would just start building on D. It's kind of like fresh new domain. And what I recommended for him this time around is just go with an exact match domain. His is a partial match, which is great, but yeah. Now, what I plan on doing for his site is I'm going to rebuild everything, and I'll tell my team to rebuild everything, make it nicer. However, take his content, spin it slightly, with AI, like just rewrite it. And then we'll do only clean backlinks and just let it age for the next couple months. That's it. All right. What are the main takeaways nowadays from this? All right. It's just recovery is super hard. I don't even bother with recovery. It's either you just leave it and then like keep updating it periodically, or you just don't touch it. It's either you leave it or you kind of just like update it slightly is what I'm saying. Yeah. I highly, highly, highly recommend running multiple sites, especially if it's in like a national lead gen-esque keyword. Running multiple sites is just, you spread out, So if one site A gets clapped, you can move on to site B. All right. And then you can experiment, do different tactics for each site so it doesn't get clapped. That's it. And all this is to say, I'm going to send this video to my buddy. I think all in all, you can test different tactics. If you have all your eggs in one basket, it's just a bit risky for me. All right. So I think this will be an interesting experiment. I'll build it out. Won't charge him anything. It'll just be like, because I've known you for so long kind of thing. Now, that's it for now. Let me know what you guys think of this episode, and let me answer some questions from the previous episode. I don't think you guys liked that episode. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Sometimes your boys gotta eat. All right, here we go. I was looking at Black Friday deals. Can you do a Closely video? Could do. Black Friday, thank you. What's your process of generating heaps of creative for Facebook ads to promote an agency or SaaS. I really like Yapper. Check it out. I did a video on that. Thanks for sharing. Which neuron writer tier level? How many codes do you recommend? I think I did like 4 or 5. I like kind of maxed out because I was replacing. Remember, I was replacing it with Surfer, and I was paying like Surfer $400 or $500. Easiest, best money saver I've ever done. Because like Surfer is not that relevant anymore. You know, definitely video showcasing SEO software. Maybe even tier list. Google Algo would love that. That's a good idea. Actually, might do that. Was also thinking of these Black Friday software deals during your live stream. Really nice seeing. Awesome. Before I forget, what's your work schedule or work-life balance? I'm not trying to work all the time with a fluid schedule. Curious how I do it. I typically do most of my work in the morning, but I will actually work all day. If I'm keeping a buck with you guys, maybe in the afternoon, in between, I take the following breaks. Eat dinner with my wife, work out, and then that's it. That's literally it. Then I work. Watch some shows at night. I think after 7 p.m. I have 2 screens on, one for shows, one for like work. That's it. All right, guys, that's it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow.